Hello, my name is Joseph, and what I'm going to do in this video is show you how to improve your TOEFL score on speaking questions 1 and 2. First, I'm going to tell you exactly what to expect for the question and what you need to do to improve your score. First, for questions 1 and 2, you're going to hear a short question that asks for your opinion. Then you're going to get 15 seconds to prepare your response. Really quickly, in those 15 seconds, you want to make sure that you write down your answer to the question and then 2 reasons to support your answer. And you might want to have these words on your scratch paper to tell you and make sure that that's what you do in your 15 seconds. Then you're going to get 45 seconds to give or deliver your answer. And when you do, you want to deliver it clearly. So you want to use these phrases here to help you deliver a good, clear response. Now what I'm going to do is give you an example. So we're going to hear a question, and I'm going to show you how to prepare and how to give a response. So let's go ahead and hear an example question.
What was the most memorable event that ever happened to you while you were in school? Use specific reasons to support your answer.
So one of the things that I hope you noticed is that I began preparing my answer before the professor finished asking the question. You want to do that so you gain an extra 5 or 10 seconds, and that can be enough to give you a reason you might not have had if you only had 15 seconds. So remember that. Now these words, short, just a few, and to help me remember what I want to give, what I want to say when I give my response. So here's an example response. In my view, graduating from high school was the most memorable experience in school for a few reasons. First, it was very exciting. For example, before I graduated, I worked very hard and studied for my finals, so I had a lot of stress. So knowing that I was going to graduate gave me a feeling of comfort and excitement knowing that I finished. Second, finishing high school helped me to start my future. For example, before I graduated high school, I lived with my parents. I didn't really have my own job, but once I graduated, I went on to college. I had my first real job, and I lived away from home. So it was the beginning of my future. That's why graduating from high school was one of my most memorable experiences in school. Now, that example is good because it shows you that you want to use these phrases, and when you give your example, you want to give as specific a story as you can that relates your reason to your answer. So now, why don't we go ahead and try another question, just to make sure that you get the idea. So let's hear one more.
Do you prefer a friend who is similar to you or different from you? Use specific reasons and examples to support your answer.
You have.
Okay, again, you saw me prepare my answer beforehand, and I just wrote my words above the other ones. Now, let me give you another example to see exactly how we give a good response. In my view, a friend who is similar to you is best for a few reasons. First, there are less arguments when you have a friend who is similar to you. For example, when I was in college, I had a friend named Bill, and we weren't very similar. He had different tastes in music and politics, so when we talked, we'd often have arguments, which really wasn't good for a friendship. Second, it's more fun. For example, throughout my high school and college life, I had a lot of friends who were similar, and it was easy to come up with ideas of where to go. We wanted to see the same movies, we wanted to play the same sports, we wanted to do a lot of the same things that we all enjoyed. So it was more fun to be with more friends that are similar. That's why I think friends that are similar are best. So I hope you see with those two examples how to improve your score. If you want more help, go ahead and visit www.noteful.com and you can see examples and explanations for speaking questions 3 and for writing question number 2. So I hope you learned something. Visit the website when you have a chance.